Right. In the previous class, we have successfully completed about alert box, prompt box, confirm box. Okay, okay, pop-up boxes, alert pop-up box, confirm pop-up box, prompt pop-up box, and how to declare variables. That is also we have discussed. Okay, right. Now today we are going to discuss about some events. Okay, right. By using pure JavaScript, because see here. By if you want to do any functionality, if you want to perform any functionality, so we should have, okay, we should write that functionality in a function, and that function don't work that won't work automatically, so we need to assign to an event, then only we can do anything. Okay, so how to write a function, okay, how to assign to a how to assign to any event, all those things today class we are going to discuss today class. Okay, right. Now see here, JSON. Mahendra, it is displaying. Mahendra, screen is sharing. Everybody seeing my screen, right?
Yes,
Prashant,
sir.
Vijay. Yeah, Prashant, you?
Yes, sir.
Right. JS underscore. Okay. Yeah, unload event. Example dot HTML. Right. Let's save it. Yeah. Hi, Monica. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Right. So now see here. I am writing. I am going to here. I am writing here. Let. Sorry. 1 second. Wait. H1. I am Ramesh, and here I am directly writing let. Hi everyone. Good morning. Okay, right. So now execute in the browser. Yeah, see here. Are you able to see any H1 tag here? I am Ramesh. Are you able to see anything here? See, if you observe here in the script tag, there is H1 tag is there and I am Ramesh is there. Okay, and observe here. Are you able to see here H1 tag? I am Ramesh. See,
No.
please don't be silent. Yeah, right. We are seeing. Please respond other persons also. Don't be silent. Hello. Hello. Okay,
Yes,
right.
sir.
Yeah, you are able to see it, Monica.
Yes.
H1 tag I'm asking. I am Ramesh. This one. This one. I am Ramesh. I'm asking about this in the browser. Here I'm asking. In the
No,
browser you
no,
are
it
able
is
to see.
not. No.
Okay, only you are seeing the pop-up box. So in the JavaScript, see here, this is global scope. What is this? This is global scope. So suppose if you are writing directly in a script tag, okay, any statements means that is in global scope. That is in global scope. Okay, that is in global scope. Okay, right. Now here what I want is, I don't want to display this. I want to display this message after loading this. After loading this. So in that case, what I need to do? I need to cut this script tag. Let's save it. Now refresh. Now are you seeing I am Ramesh in the browser or not?
Yes, sir.
I am Ramesh in the, okay, we are seeing. So here what I want to do is irrespective of the place. Suppose here if I put in the head tag, first script is loading, then after body is loading. But if I put script tag in the body tag, first HTML is loading, then after JavaScript is loading. So what I want to do is irrespective of the JavaScript place. So first HTML content has to load, then only JavaScript has to load. That is my intention. Okay, then only that is my intention. Okay, irrespective of the script tag, whether it may be in the body tag also, or else whether it may be in the head tag also, irrespective of that. Irrespective of that. Okay, irrespective of that. Okay, irrespective of that, after loading this HTML, that only I want to do. Okay, after loading of that HTML, then only I want to load this script tag. Understanding what we are going to do. Suppose now one more time observe here, I am cutting the script tag and I am pasting in the head tag. Now observe before refreshing, see I am Ramesh here saying, and you are able to see this pop-up box also. Now I am refreshing. What is coming? We are getting only the pop-up box. We are not getting the I am Ramesh. Understand right?
Yes.
Okay, so irrespective of the script tag, okay, after loading this HTML, then only it should come. Then what I need to do? So directly should not write in the, in that case directly should not write in the, in that case you should not write in the global scope. Okay,
Yes.
where you need to write? You need to write in a function scope. What is that? Function scope. Okay, right here, function basic message save it. Okay, hi everyone, good morning. Okay, right. Okay, hi everyone, good morning. Okay, right. So now here what I want to do is clicking here, refresh. Are you able to see that pop-up box? Yeah, of course you are saying here I am Ramesh, but are you able to see that pop-up box? Are you able to see that pop-up box? Hello?
No.
No, can't see pop-up.
No.
You are not seeing this pop-up. Okay, right. Why? Because whenever you call, whenever you have written any statements in a function, whenever you call this function, then only it will execute. Okay, whenever you call this function manually, then only the statement will be executed. So how to write a function in JavaScript? If you want to write a function, first you need to write function keyword, then after function name, and the parentheses should be there, and we need to write the open and closing curly braces. In between that opening and closing curly braces, we need to write the alert box. Sorry, not only alert box, whatever you want to write, you can write. But if you write anything in the function scope, see, this is function scope. In this, in between this curly braces, that is called as the functional scope. This one, this is the function scope only. Here to here, this is the function scope. Okay, and this is not in the function scope. This one, this data, this dummy content is not in the function scope. Why? Because here itself the function has ended. So in between that curly braces, that is called as functional scope. Understand what is global scope and what is functional scope? Respond everyone. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right, Monica, Mahendra, respond. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and sometimes whenever you are reading any articles, yeah, put yourself mute everybody. Whenever you are reading in any articles in the Google, or also somebody will write a inside function, outside function. So inside function means in this, in between these curly braces. Outside function means this one. After this curly brace ending, everything is outside function only. Everything is outside function. Okay, remember that. Okay, right. So now what we need to do, if you want to execute this statement, what we need to do? If you want to execute this statement, what we need to do?
Function call.
We need to call this function. We need to call this function. When? So then we need to decide. So when we need to call the function, that is depends upon our requirement. So here, what is my requirement? Whenever this HTML loading, whenever this HTML is loading, Okay, after loading of this HTML, not only this h1 tag, if we have 100 tags, after loading all the 100 tags, then only I want to see this select box. So that is my requirements. So if you want to call any method, if you want to call any function after loading of HTML elements, after loading of HTML elements, then we need to write here onload. Then we need to go for onload event. Okay, so this is the event name. So onload event, we need to write it for body tag. Okay, body tag. Okay, right. Now come here, equal to double quotations. So better to put return statement. Yesterday you see in right, return statement. What is the advantage? It is okay, right. It will get clearly, clear output will get. Okay, right. So basic message, right. Save it. Okay, rate it. Okay, this is the return and this is the message. This is the function name. And right here parenthesis semicolon. Okay, when onload event. So that means what happens? See here, irrespective of the place. Now respond. See, observe it or not. I have pasted. I'm writing script tag in the head tag only, but you are seeing this h1 element also, and you are seeing, that's why you are seeing this h1 and you are seeing this pop-up box also. Understand, right? How, what is the advantage of onload event? How to work with that onload event? Respond everyone.
Yes, sir.
Right. Other persons? Mahendra.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Vijay. Yeah, right. Okay. So that is the advantage of onload event. Okay. So onload event, what it will do? I will add here the notes.
Sir, if we will not write the return, then it will not show the message, no?
No, it will show. 1 second. But if you click on the OK button, cancel button, then it will create problem, right? Okay. So better
Okay.
to put here return. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Okay. So safe side, better to put return statement. Okay. Right. So onload event. What is this onload event? Explain me. When it will call, this event will call the function, when, okay, when all the elements in the body tag has loaded. All the elements in the body tag, in the body, has been loaded. Okay. So that means after loading of all the HTML elements, in simple words. Okay, simple words. Understood. Okay, that means after loading of all the HTML elements. Okay, and their content. Clear it, everyone? Respond. Onload event. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. This is about onload event. This event will call the function when all the elements in body tag has been loaded. That means after loading of all the HTML elements and their content. Suppose here h1 is the HTML element, content is I am Ramesh, like that you need to understand. Okay, understand, right? Okay, suppose if we have multiple h1s also, not only single h1 element. Easy. Right, see here, I am Ramesh, Monica, Vijay, it is coming, all the elements is loading, then only it is coming. Understand, right? So how can we say that first they are loading, this is coming? Because we are seeing we are seeing this one also. Understanding, right? So without loading anything, we cannot get anything, right? So that's why they are loading, and then after only it is loading. say okay, that's and the content is very less, that's why it is working very fastly. But if you are seeing anything in the means in the browser means that it has loaded in the browser. That's what we need to understand. So clear it up to here. Please respond everyone.
Yes.
Okay, right.
Yes.
So, quick question. So, assume that you have some kind of text box or something in the body,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
something is written like which is populated. So, when this function executes, does it have the value in that particular text box or whatever? Like, so say these are not hard coded. Just text. Maybe it is some text box and it has something written in it. And
Okay.
this and you have this body on load executing this basic message, right? So instead of saying hi everyone, is there a way you can say hi and capture whatever is there in that first text box or
Yeah.
second text box?
Yeah, right. We can get that. We can do that. The later we'll do it. Okay. So let me tell me about on click event also. Then after whatever you want, we can do it. Okay. Right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Right. So yeah, you understand, right? Onload event. Hello, everyone. Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. So now when it is loading, I am not clicking anywhere else anything. Just I am loading the page. Then after loading of all these elements, this image this pop-up box we are getting. Okay. Now what I will do is now what I want to do is right now what I want to do is I have a button here. Okay. Right. I'm writing here click. I'm writing here click. Okay. Right. Now execute in the browser. We are getting here a button or not? Respond everyone. We are getting here a button or not?
Yes, it is
Yes.
there.
Okay. Right. Now whenever I click on this button, then only I want to display this pop-up box. Okay. Whenever I click on this button, then only I want to display that pop-up box. Then what I need to do? Okay. So first what I want to display, you want to display pop-up box. That is also not directly. Whenever you click. So whenever you click means we need to write an event, and that event we need to write a function. So okay, we need to bind a function. So first I'm writing a function. Function basic message. Again I'm writing the same function. Okay, this is not predefined, or else wish everyone. Okay, right. What I'm writing here? Let hi everyone. Good morning. Same message I'm writing. Okay, right. Now I'm click on this button. And am I getting that message? Am I getting that message?
No.
No. So see here, there is a JavaScript. There is a button HTML element, but still we are not getting. Why? Because there is no relation between this function and this button. Okay, we need to build a relation. How? Through an event. What is the event? When this message has to come, whenever I click on the button. So click means on click. Okay, you need to go for on click event. Okay, equal to what I need to do? Return wish everyone. Come here, refresh. Come here and refresh. Getting or not? Hi everyone, good morning. Respond everyone. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
in case
Right.
of each and every event, or if we are calling any function, then it is compulsory to write the return means.
See, don't get confused with return, Monica. Just return, that's it. Okay, that will be useful for you. Okay,
Okay.
that is mandatory or not, forget about that. Write it return.
Okay.
Okay, right. Okay, it is coming like this. Right. Now refresh it. Now coming to Vijay doubt. So he's asking about, we have a text box. Okay, right. Okay, right. Suppose here I am writing Ramesh, and if I click on this click button, hi Ramesh, good morning. That is what the message it should come. Right, Vijay? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So now what you need to do? So where is the data? Tell me. Where will be the data? Whether it will be in a text box or else whether it will be in the button. Where will the data? Where I will enter the data? Text box. So if there's something there, suppose I told you to drink water in the water bottle. So what you need to do? You need to hold that water bottle or not? Then only you can drink, right? Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Vijay, respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So here also there is some value. So if you want to fetch this value, we need to get this element or not. Understanding?
Yeah.
You need to get this text box or not. Okay. So if you want to get any HTML element, if you want to get any HTML elements, okay, then we need to assign here an ID. Okay. Suppose I am writing here name, and here I am writing others first name. First name. F name. So why we need to write ID? Suppose see here. This is last name. Okay. See, this is first name and this is last name. So we can understand, okay, this is first name and this is last name like that. But computers can understand what is first name, what is last name. Forget about interpretation. Yeah, does it understand each and everything separately? What is first name and what is last name? So there are some persons in the class. So if anybody having a if everybody having the same serial number, can I take attendance clearly? Respond. If everyone's serial number is same, everyone's serial number is one only, can I take a proper attendance? Respond. Why silent? Now if everybody
No.
everybody has different serial numbers, then I can take proper attendance. Number one, number two, calling like that. So here also this is a text and this is also text box. So if it is if it is having equal unique ID, same name, we cannot identify what is first name, what is last name like that. So that's why we need to assign here different IDs for different form controls. So for first name F name, for last name L name like that. So ID should not be repeatable. Okay, that is what you need to remember. Okay, and advantage is we can identify each and every element uniquely. We can identify each and every element separately. Okay, right. So that is the advantage of ID. So now it is enough. No, what I need to do? I need to fetch this value. Okay, value. I need to fetch this Ramesh. I need to fetch this Ramesh. So that Ramesh, whatever it may be. 1 second, wait. Now I am writing here Ramesh. Okay, now what is this Ramesh here? Respond. What is Ramesh here?
First name.
Okay, what is that? What is Ramesh here? Of course, it is first name also, last name also, whatever it may be. This is the value of this text box. Understanding? This is the value of the text box. Okay, this is the value of the text box. So first we need to fetch this text box, then only I can able to fetch the value. Okay, remember this. First we need to fetch this text box, then only you can fetch this value. Understanding, right? Right. So now right here, where get f value equal to, okay, or else where first name equal to, then if you want to fetch any element by its id, you need to place here. First we need to tell where is this id. Where is this id? It is in this text box. Where is this text box? It is in the body tag. So first we need to fetch the body tag. So how can I fetch this body tag? By using document dot get element by id. Okay, and what is the id name? Respond everyone, what is the id name here? Hello?
F F name.
No.
F name. Okay, right. Copy this, paste it here. So that what happens, this entire element will come. Entire element, not the value. Okay, get element by id. This is how we need to write. JavaScript is case sensitive language. Okay, right. So get element by id, and then what I want from this, yeah, I want the value only. I want the value. Okay, right. Now see here. And let first name. Now save it. Refresh. Ramesh. See here what I am getting. Ramesh getting or not? Respond everyone. Getting or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hi everyone, good morning. Is this also getting? So is this the output I want? No. So what I want? Hi Ramesh, good morning. Suppose if I enter there, Monica, hi Monica, good morning, like that. So what I need to do? I need to put this first name in the place of everyone. Understanding? Right, now save it. Now come here and refresh. I'm writing here Ramesh. Click on, yeah. What I'm getting? Hi first name, good morning. Am I getting Ramesh?
No.
No. So that means what is happening here? It is treating his first name also a string. It is not, okay, a first name also a string. Okay, it is not understanding. It is not understanding. I'm getting so much noise from you. Mahendra, I'm getting so much noise from your side. Please put yourself mute. Mahendra, can you please mute yourself? Mahendra, put yourself mute, please. Mahendra, put yourself mute. Yeah, I can unmute. So what it is treating? It is treating this first name also a string. Okay, not it as a variable. So then what I need to do? I need to concat this variable with this string. With this string. Okay. So then what I need to do is, wait 1 second. So if you want to write strings, you need to write in the single quotes or double quotes. So here I am writing double quotes. So what I want? So hi. Then after I want to display the message, right? Sorry, name, hi. And if you want to concat anything, if you want to concat two strings, then we need to place here plus. See, if you apply plus to strings, it will work as a concatenation operator. If you apply plus to numbers, it will work as a arithmetic operator. That is the difference. If we assign this plus to the strings, it will work as a concatenation operator. That means concatening. That means merging two things. Means combining two things, not merging, combining two things. Okay. If you are assigning plus to a numbers, it will add that two numbers. That means arithmetic operator. Okay. Right. So hi. What I'm writing here? First name. And then after this first name, what I want to do? Again, I need to concat with this remaining string. Okay. Hi, Ramesh. Sorry. Good morning. And here I am writing the comma also. Okay. Hi Ramesh, good morning. Right. Now come here, click on the OK button. Now refresh. Now here I am writing Ramesh. See here, hi Ramesh, good morning, coming or not? Respond everyone.
Yes.
Okay, right. Suppose hi Monica, I am writing as Monica. Now see here, hi Monica, good morning. Suppose I am writing here Vijay. Okay, right. Good morning. That's it. Clear it, everyone? Right. That's how
Yes,
it
sir.
is working. Right. So now Vijay, whatever you have asked, that is clarified, right? Okay. Right.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay. Right. So this event will call the method, call the function when the user clicks on any particular HTML element. Okay, clear it, everyone?
Sir, why you
Right.
have written document?
Why I have
First,
written? Tell me. I have explained it.
yeah,
Tell me, Monica. Tell me why I have written document.
sir, I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Tell me where is this ID? To which element I have assigned this ID?
Yeah,
Huh?
F name.
No, to this text box. Okay, to this text
Hmm.
box I have assigned the ID as F name. Where is this text
Hmm.
box? Where is this text box?
Inside the body.
Yeah, so first we need to fetch the body, then only I can fetch this element. So to fetch this
Hmm.
body, we need to utilize this document. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Then after, what is the element in the body? We have so many elements. So if you want to select particular element, then we need to mention here ID. So in order to recognize this ID, we need to utilize get element by ID. And then after ID name, F name. Okay.
Hmm.
Then after, what you want from it? I want it from value only. Okay.
Okay. Hmm.
Right. So on click, this event will call the function when the user clicks on any particular element, particular HTML element. HTML element
Okay.
also. Okay. Right. Clear, right? And you are understanding this concatenation operator?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Hmm.
Now you are understanding that. So now I am going to give you a task. Okay. I mean, okay. Or else you need to tell me the logic. Suppose here, wait 1 second. Add underscore values underscore example dot HTML. So this is the first value. This is the second value. Now see here, I am writing here 6. I am writing here 8. Okay, and I am clicking here add method. Understanding? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'm clicking on the add method. Okay, whenever I click on this add button, okay, see here I am entering here 6 and I am entering here 8. I am clicking on this add button. I am clicking on this add button. So we should get the output as 14 in the alert box. Then how can I do that? You need to tell me. We need to enter 2 different values or else 2 same values also in the first name and second first name value and second value. Whenever I click on this add button, it should get the output. Okay, whatever the numbers you have added here, they should add, and we should get the output. Then what I need to do?
Just capture the value of whatever is
Yeah,
there
tell me.
in.
Yeah,
Oh,
tell me the no. Tell me the logic here. What I need to here. First, what is the step we need to write?
so you need
Yeah,
to give
what
a,
is,
different ID for first for
tell me,
first
tell
element.
me. Yeah, any value.
I
Suppose f
think
value. Okay, f value. Okay, right. Now here s value.
S value.
it's
Okay,
okay.
right. Now here what I need to do?
Then we have to
Define
create the
the function.
function
Yeah, tell me the syntax.
Function
fu
add value.
function.
Okay, function. Then after ABC or else
Go
add,
ahead.
what I need to write here?
Yeah, you
Add.
can
Okay,
write add
right.
also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should give a relative
Then
name. Okay,
inside that,
represent. Yeah, represent name.
yeah,
Okay.
declare
Right.
the
Then
variable.
now 1 second. So when this function has to call, that is also we need to decide. When this function has
Yeah,
to call,
On click.
whenever
on
I click
click.
on this,
Button on click.
what is the event? On click equal to, and then we need to write here
Add.
return yard.
Hmm.
Okay, right. Now here what I need to do? Here I need to get
You have to
where.
declare the variable.
1 second. Yeah,
Yeah.
f value.
Okay.
Right, then tell me.
Document dot
Document dot yeah,
get element by ID
get element
by
by
ID,
ID.
and
Yeah,
inside that we have to write f value.
okay,
F
right, good.
value.
F value,
Outside value.
outside value. Right.
Yeah. And after that create another variable. S value
S value.
equal to
Yeah,
document dot get element
dot get element by ID. Yeah,
element by ID. S value
S value. Right.
dot value.
Dot value. Right. Then
Yeah. Then variable C. I think we have to create variable C, and inside that we have to add variable f value plus s value
let F value plus
plus s
S.
value.
Right. Save it.
Hmm.
Okay. Come here and refresh. I'm writing here 5. I'm writing here 11. What I'm getting?
Hmm.
What I'm getting?
String concatenation.
Show me the HTML page which we have created.
Suppose same. Wait 1 second. Okay. Same thing I will do here also. 1 second. Wait. Okay. Right. Wait 1 second. Give me 1 minute. Statical I am writing. Okay. F value 5. 11 statical. Okay. Right. Refresh. Click on the add button. What I'm getting?
16. Add.
Yeah, you are getting right value.
16. But same thing I'm doing here. I'm getting 511. Why? Are understanding what is happening? So what is the data type this? What is this 5? Number or string?
Number.
What is this 11?
Number.
Number or string? Number. Suppose if I writing 5 like this.
String.
Taken as a string.
So browser, okay, whatever the value coming from this text boxes, browser will feel like this. Like a string, it will understand. Understanding?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that is what browser is understanding. Okay, right. So now what we need to do? We need to convert that into an integer. Okay, that means number. Okay, whatever value we are getting. So what I need to do is parse int, so that will be converted as a integer. Okay, right. Now come here and refresh. 5. What we are getting?
Getting right number 16.
16. Okay, understand, right? So whatever the value, though you are feeling you are entering as numbers, but what browser will understand, what JavaScript will understand, they are like a string. So previously I told it, if you assign this plus to the strings, it will work as a concatenation operator. If you assign this plus to the numbers, it will work as a additional operator. So here now, if you only this document.getElementID f value means it is a string. So now you are using here parseInt. So automatically it will convert as a number. Then it will this plus will work as a assignment operator, additional operator, so that we are getting proper output 16. Clear it, everyone? What we did
Yes.
till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So that's it, everyone. This is the class for today. Yeah, one second. Okay,
Yeah.
one second. Yeah,
Sure.
this is the class for today. Remaining topics will continue on tomorrow class. Okay, right. Thank you. Yeah, tell me now.
So I had a quick question. So instead of displaying the added value in alert box, if you want to display it in a text box in the body, how do we do that?
You want to display in another text box.
Yeah, for the added value, the 16 not in the alert but in a text box.
In a text box. So then you need to assign to that to the value of that. Okay. Later I will tell you.
Yeah.
That, okay. You need to manipulate this
Okay.
value. Okay. Right.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. That's it, everyone. Yeah, Mahendra, put yourself mute. I'm getting so much noise. Yeah, will you get the theory notes, sir? Yeah. No. You will get. Okay. So I will upload all the files in the drive. Okay. So that you will get. Okay, Mahendra. Along with
Yes.
this example and this. Okay. Practically you will get it. Okay. Right. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Right. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow and we'll continue our classes. Right.
Thank you,
Bye, everyone.
बोल फर्स्ट इयरला पाहिजे